Hello everybody and welcome back to the Forza Horizon 4 information show. So in today's video guys, I'm going to be giving you another part of my Forza Horizon 4 features wish list, and today I'm going to be going over a bit more on the location and map, as well as some more details around the map, as well as customization, the car in general, multiplayer and other random ideas that I have. Now it's quite a long one this one guys, so sit back and enjoy. However guys, before we get into today's video, if you are new around here, this is the Forza Horizon 4 information show, and what we do on the show guys is we discuss Forza Horizon 4 to the absolute max. If you are new around here guys and you do like what you're seeing, please slap that like button as hard as you can and subscribe so you never miss a future Forza Horizon 4 informational video. Now, first off, I would like to suggest, again, for a different location, that the festival would take place in California for a number of great reasons. Again, you could already have the location set in stone, but I'd still like to let you guys know that many racing games, of course, have taken place in California because it's so diverse and has so many environments that the community has been wanting. So first off, you could try and make a huge city area like LA or San Diego, San Francisco, those kind of cities, that's almost 4 times as big as Surfers Paradise. As Surfers Paradise was really well made and really cool, but you know, it didn't really feel like a city, it was really small, so that it would be cool to have an actual large city in the next game. There could be a highway that goes into the city and also goes to the mountains, where it turns into steep, winding mountain roads. I have gone through the forums. I have known this is a really big desire of the community because at this point it has been mostly large open roads with little to no incline or elevation gain. The roads in Forza Horizon 3 were beautiful, but there was no narrow paved mountain roads and only a couple of small hills, most of them not paved at all. This mountain road or highway could lead into the mountains where they could drive through the forest, maybe even redwoods, and could drive around a lake or something like that. There could also be some nice off-road races in that area too. Going back to the highway, it could branch into another highway which travels through the mountains to the high desert, where players could also have loads of off-roading fun. Not only that, there could be along desert roads like those in Forza Horizon 3, and this would meet both the needs of the community that want those variety of streets to drive or drift on wherever they do on them. Also, it would be nice to have a longer coastal highway, such as the Pacific Coastal Highway, which could lead to some smaller beach towns like Laguna Beach. Also, the highway could have exits into the suburbs before the mountains, which are more like the residential neighborhoods of Surfers Paradise or real-life cities like Glendora or Pasadena. There would also be lots of beach to drive on, and maybe there could be even a pier like Santa Monica Pier, which you could actually drive on in real life, and a marina with boats somewhere along the coast that you could go and have a look at. So details for the map guys, this bit of section is going to go into a bit more detail on the map, and also a little bit of customization wishes as well before we get into the main customization topic. In the large city, I know everybody would love a parking garage with 3+ levels to park in and drive in and drift down, etc., Turco Drift style. But you could also have a central boulevard with palm trees in the middle and shops down it like in Surfers Paradise, but quite a bit longer, almost like Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. Also, it would be cool to have lots of skyscrapers in this city and tall apartment buildings like in Surfers Paradise, but almost 2 to 3 times as many. There could also be a boardwalk with lots of nice parking lots by the beach in the large city and small coastal towns for the players to take nice photos and hang out with friends, with car meets and with photography. Also in the city, it would be nice to have some of the intersections with stoplights. Obviously, don't know if this is possible, but other games have done it, so you know it probably should be, between the alleys and buildings. With the houses, they could be the large apartment complexes in the city, and as you move into the suburbs, smaller houses like those of the outskirts of Surfers Paradise. Close to the coast and in the mountains, there could be larger houses, such as beach and mountain mansions. Diving into some hopes for customization as well, it would be cool to see if these houses had 3 or 4 garages. You could pick up a house to own and could keep 3 to 4 of your favourite cars there and have it the colour that you want. In Forza Horizon 3, the festivals spread throughout the map are the one-stop shop for buying, upgrading, painting and auctioning cars. It would add such a cool realistic part to the game if these were separate from the festival, as I have mentioned in my previous video. Car dealerships could be spread throughout the map and could have glass windows that showed the cars trending at the time, and players could go there to buy the cars that they want. I wasn't sure about the auction house, but they could also be a part of the car dealerships or be separate buildings into themselves. To upgrade your car, you could drive to a little mechanic shop spread throughout the map, and to paint your car, you could also go to these mechanic shops, or the body shops could be actual separate buildings. Maybe one mechanic shop could be specific for a character like Warren, but in California where you could see the progress on the barn finds and pick them up and have him do special things for your car. The festivals would still be there, but there would still be one building with a carnival around it, and you can find many races there, go there to expand, but it wouldn't serve as huge one-stop shop for everything anymore to make it realistic as it is in Horizon 3. So final bit for you today, guys, it's just a long list about customization, the car in general, multiplayer, and other random ideas. So this list is going to be pretty long, so just stay tuned for this one. I'm just going to quickly list down what I've got here, and you guys can let me know down in the description what you guys think about these ideas. Convertibles being actually convertible, for a lack of better words, being able to put your roof up and down. Having control over when the headlights and taillights turn on and off and not automatically when it gets to nighttime. More body kits for cars like Porsche, for example. Obviously, turn indicators. If the AI have them, why can't we? All the modifications and other things that can be done to the wheels. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that because I'm sure you know what they want. More of a storyline with bosses that give better rewards, such as cars and better cash rewards. More garage space, which is obviously one of the most requested things. Bigger height limit on drones for better pictures, though I know that makes it easier for them to get places they aren't supposed to be. Forza Vista as well should be free roam, a very nice thing there. There was a personal one for me, different lobbies in multiplayer, so when you select online free roam you never know what the people are doing in that lobby. It would be nice to be able to choose what kind of lobby you are joining, for example, a drift lobby, racing lobby, off-road, drag strip, playground games, cruising around the lobby, around the city in a lobby. Obviously that's the one you really want, to be cruising around with your friends. Not really needed, but maybe some detailing on the shops on the inside, and you should keep the brands of the stores from Horizon 3 and use them elsewhere, obviously assuming we are in an English-speaking country. Character customization, so making your avatar your own and not one of a list of 10, though it was diverse. License plates on the front of certain cars. And this is probably the most crazy request that I've actually had in the comments, but I would love for it to happen. It would be so cool to have the ability to get out of your car and walk around. Or the ability to get into a friend's car in multiplayer and have them drive you around somewhere. I know that people would try and hit you if you were a person walking around in multiplayer, who doesn't? But you could make it so it's like the car's running into a metal pole, so they just stop immediately. Another idea I had was weekly car shows where it was like a lobby to itself where people met at the parking garage and could get out of their cars and see other people's cars and paint jobs and things like that. I know this is a really far-fetched idea, but it would be really popular within the community if this was included. More AI diversity, car-wise, and greater density in certain areas. There should be a lot of everyday cars, and then every once in a while an AI that isn't a regular everyday car, but maybe a supercar if it's in the city or beach town, or an off-road car if it's in the high desert. Also closer to the city and on the highway there should be more cars driving around than out in the high desert and the mountains, and it was kind of like that in Horizon 3, but not as much as I would have liked. Also on that note, guys, more AIs parked in parking spaces and lots of garages, so it seems like more lifelike and realistic. Maybe motorcycles. It isn't a personal favourite of mine, but other people do seem to like the idea of including them in the game. More realistic expansions or vice versa, more like Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels was pretty cool, but I would personally like some more realistic expansions like Blizzard Mountain. I know that the community is divided on that subject, and people love it and people don't. More everyday production cars to drive. It would make the game even more realistic. On that note, I'm only going to ask for one car, because you guys seem to have a great variety of cars in your games. In your comment section about the games. And the one car I would like to have is a BMW E30 3 Series 325e. Because that's the personal car that I have driven in the past, and it would actually be so cool to drive it in the Horizon series. This is not really car-based, but I think it would be really cool if there was a little more wildlife, like some animals in the forest, but mostly birds and sea life. Pigeons flying between the buildings in the city, hawks flying in the forest and the high desert, and dolphins and whales in the distance in the water. Seagulls on the beach and in the ocean, and so on. Another far-fetched idea that the ships out in the ocean would actually move to make the game more realistic. Some could sit, but others could move around the map. If Forza Horizon 4 were to be in California, I would like to say that the ocean in Australia was beautifully made, but the water in California is not as clear, so you might want to make it a little murkier. Rear view mirrors and side mirrors could be a little clearer, but they are okay. I know that must be hard to put good graphics in them, obviously, it's quite a lot to take. This is like the cruising around the multiplayer lobby idea, but I would really like the option of cruising around with other people and generally obeying the speed limit and traffic laws at the parking the beach, taking photos, so it would be nice if there's a feature, that could help you find other people that want to do that. Obviously, I know the forums can be used for that, but you know, it usually takes a while to get a group together. Next one, so you can turn the engine on and off. I mean, it's already a feature in Forza Horizon 3, but we need like properly turn it off, exit your car, turn off the lights, have a look at it, get back in there, put the lights on, steam away. The highway in Horizon 3 was pretty good, but I mean, it would be nice if the highway would include 3 to 4 lanes with entrance and exit ramps, assuming that the highway is raised, which would be really cool if it was raised over the city or the suburbs. In the mountains, there could be regular roads once you clear the steep mountain winding roads, and also there could be some hilly off-road rocky areas, and in the high desert or the forest, there could be a rallycross area as well. A drag strip that is specifically a drag strip in the desert or somewhere not originally an airport. Racetrack in the map where just like a simple loop, but something like NASCAR-like, that doesn't have to be big, just big enough to test out our cars on straights and turns, and obviously this is another one of the biggest things requested from the community. Another request that came up because of limited garage space is selling cars for Horizon 3 for 10% of their original price. That way you could get rid of them if you were running out of car space, but hopefully we are able to get more garage space so we don't need this at all. In the auction house, you can go back to your search results because it takes forever to go back to the search to search for your car, and also a relisting car option. Being able to roll down car windows, obviously setting the time, day and night, having diverse weather, which we had in Horizon 3, but it would be nice to have some snow in the mountains outside of the DLC in the main map. Cosmetic damage actually does more than dent and crumple the hoods and exterior body parts, so it's more realistic. The exhaust obviously doesn't pop for every car, only the ones with race exhausts or supercars, launch control, etc. and such. Anna appearing on the windshield when you go into cockpit view. Something to stop multiplayer wall riding. People really hate this, and so do I, even though I have done it a few times. Being able to put into multiplayer lobbies with people of similar skills to yourself. Old Forzathon cars that were exclusive to Forzathon can be bought a couple of weeks later at a much higher price than what they were usually bought for. More cutscenes in story mode, assuming that, you know, there is a bigger story mode added. Better sounding engines for some cars, so most of them sound fine, but a few sound like each other when they aren't supposed to. Obviously, you want them to sound unique. Mountain or city tunnels to drive through. Again, we had this in Horizon 3, but it would be nice again to have it in Horizon 4. And this is one I thought would be funny and cool to make the game a little bit more realistic. Car washes, spread throughout the map so you can wash off your cars for a small price, like, I don't know, 100 or 500 credits or something. You can make the cars stay dirtier for longer, so it would be more rewarding to use the car wash. Use car dealerships throughout the map instead of using new cars all the time. And finally, if it was to be California, don't forget the iconic In-N-Out drive-thru. One in the large city, and one in the beach town, and one in the high desert. So those are a few ideas, guys. I say a few, it's an absolute ton, but it is quite a long video. It's over, I think, 13-14 minutes at the moment. But then again, my voice is getting tired, but, you know, I think that's the part of the joys of doing this, because I do like to read out these things for you guys that I come up with, and you guys as well. You do give me some very good suggestions as well for what you'd like to see in the game. So that's what I'd like you to do again for me, guys. Comment down below in the comment section down there, and let me know what you guys want in Forza Horizon 4, whether you agree with things that I've just gone over with, and whether you've actually changed something as well. Do let me know. I'll be sure to reply to as many as I can about that subject. But anyway, guys, that is basically it for me in today's video. I did hope you enjoy it, and if you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you over in my next video, guys. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.